from the 4th century and is only worth 40,000 euros in antique value. But Berlin's plan was to use the chalice to pull off a 44 million euro heist, with 40,000 euros worth of antiquities destroyed. Berlin didn't explain why he was doing it, but took his companions to the church to meet with the priest. Berlin said he was a professor at the university and the others were surveyors. The priest didn't doubt Berlin's words because he had looked up information about him on the internet. Zira had already disguised Berlin's identity and all the priest could find out was about Berlin's projects and achievements. When they arrived at the church, there were two large men working there and the priest explained that they were both prisoners. Then the priest asked Berlin why he had come to the church, without saying a word. Berlin threw all kinds of documents in front of the priest. Seeing so much information placed in front of him, the priest had no time to think, but could only recognize that it came from around the 5th century. But the church was built in 1240 and he didn't know what it had to do with him. That was Berlin's purpose, to get the priest to take them to the catacombs and dig away underground to the auction house. At a certain point, the radar gave a piercing warning. Kira and the others say it's probably the ruins of a 4th century church, but they needed to dig to prove their judgment. So that's where the Grail comes in. If they bury the Grail and dig it up, they can prove to the priest that the ruins are here, and they can dig the tunnel to the auction house with a clean slate. There's only one final problem to solve. The jewels came from 34 cities, so they didn't all arrive at the same time. The only way to get it out of here is to know when it's being shipped. And at the auction house, only the auctioneer knows the exact time. That's why they installed a surveillance camera at the auctioneer's house. That's how it happened in the first place, taking the chalice to the church. Kara and Bruce buried it in the hole they dug. All that was left to do was for the priest to show up and see the chalice being dug up. Just then the priest came to the crypt to check on the progress and the metal detector sounded an alarm. As the priest watched, the chalice was dug up. With a warm smile on his face, the priest said that if there was any problem, he would be the one to call, as long as he could dig up the old church. Now, we accelerated our progress and opened up the tunnel. With the help of our instruments, we were able to locate the retaining wall of the auction house. As long as we can get through here, the jewels will be divided equally among us.